Welcome back to the shipyard. Today we are taking a look at the Avatar of Tomed. This is a Resistance is Futile prize. This came out in September of 2014. So a long time ago. A year and a half ago, basically. And it's still a pretty good pack. I talked about the named ships in Monday's Get the Cheese to Sickbay. But it's still worthwhile taking a look at these. We've got two named ships because we've got a Borg Romulan version and then just a Romulan version. So the Borg Romulan version is a 4265 Dideradix. Costs you 34 points. That's got Evade, Target Lock, Cloak, and Echo on the bar. One crew, 3 weapons, a tech, and a Borg slot built in. So 6 slots. 6 upgrade slots for those of you counting, which is very rare. Not many ships have 6 upgrade slots. And the named ability, when you perform a cloak action, you may immediately perform a regenerate action as a free action. If you do so, you cannot attack that round. That's the standard caveat with regenerate. I don't love the named ability, and I don't really love 3 weapon slots, because what are you going to do? Just add a whole bunch of copies of charging weapons? Well, not unless you've got a whole bunch of copies of the Tomed. So what else are you going to do? Throw Disruptor Pulse, Disruptor Beams, and charging weapons? I guess you can throw the Mirror Universe Romulan weapon on here and get up to 5 attack dice. I mean, that's something. You can do that with other Dideradixes and put Type 8 and that on and get to 5 dice. So that's not special. Really, what sees play is the generic version of the Borg Romulan, because you just lose a shield and a weapon slot, and you save 2 points, but you've still got the 4 attack dice. This has the same maneuver dial as a Dideradix. You've got the 2 reverse, you've got the 2 and 3 white turns. All that's good. So don't run the named Borg Romulan Avatar of Tomed, but do run the generic Dideradix Borg Romulan. That thing is golden. Alright, just the Romulan version of the Avatar of Tomed. That is a 3264. Evade, Target Lock, Cloak, Echo. Also with 1 crew, 1 tech, and 3 weapons. So you can tell this is going to be a winner right off the bat. Yay. Named ability, during the roll attack dice step of the combat phase, you may roll +1 attack die. If you do so, suffer 1 damage to your hull. Yeah, no. Probably not doing that. Like, ever. There are very few instances where I want to damage my own ship. Take away my durability just to get 1 extra attack die. Every once in a while, I might. Say I'm at range 1. I can get just enough dice. I've got a target lock. Maybe I've also got general orders, and I've got that battle station token, or I'm running Mendak. And so I've got really good quality. And getting this 1 extra attack die will do you in if I get them all to land. There's that chance, but it's a really rare chance. I would probably run most other Dideradixes before I run this one. The generic, again, loses a shield and a weapon. Yeah, I am probably not going to do that. So, we do get 1 captain, and that's Salatrell. She is skill 5 with a talent slot. Costs you 3 points. At the start of the game, after setup, choose 1 faction. For the rest of the game, during each combat phase, if a ship of that faction is in your forward firing arc, treat your captain skill number as if it were a 10 until the end phase of that round. This is a really good named ability. And here's the thing that most people forget. You can pick a ship in your own fleet and run her behind them and trigger your own named ability. You do not have to depend on your opponent to trigger this ability. It's a trick, but it works. Now, is it maybe better to depend on your opponent so that if your own ships die and she's the last one, you're getting that? Yeah, but what if your opponent's running 3 different ships and you kill that ship, then she's going to be a skill 5 forever. So, something to keep in mind. You might want to try that out sometime. Alright, we've got a Romulan talent, Borg Alliance, 5-point unique. Add 1 Borg upgrade slot to your upgrade bar. At the start of the game, place 4 drone tokens on your captain card. This upgrade may only be purchased for a non-Borg ship with a non-Borg captain. Great caveats there. Love being able to add the Borg slot. That's a super rare slot in the game. The 4 drone tokens are nice. Note that they won't increase your captain skill. But here's ultimately my problem with this talent. It's really expensive just to add a slot. Slot additions are typically worth 1-2 points. And if that's what Borg Alliance cost, it would probably be worthwhile. But 5 points plus then paying for a Borg upgrade, that's a lot. That's a lot to swallow. You're investing a ton of points to make that happen. And because of that, this card never gets run. So, yeah, it doesn't happen. Alright. We've got a 1-point Borg upgrade, and that is Hivemind. Non-unique. Action, disable this card and any number of your other upgrades. Add 1 drone token to your captain card for each card you disabled with this action, including this card. You cannot exceed your captain's starting number of drone tokens. You cannot deploy more than 1 Hivemind Borg upgrade to any ship. I like this card. I think it's worthwhile. For an action disable, sure, but it regenerates your drone tokens for that little extra push. It lets your captain do a little bit more, and it's 1 point. For a 1-point card, I don't care if it's super restrictive, because it is only 1 point. It is fodder. It's filler to just do a little task. And this is a card that's perfectly pointed for what it does. And it would still be good if it was 2 points. So, Hivemind, great, works with a few things. And I really do like that it gives you 1 drone token, even if you don't disable anything else, because it counts itself. That's something that a lot of other cards don't do, and I'm glad that it works here. Alright, we get plasma torpedoes, but we're not going to talk about those, because they're a secondary weapon that are just lame. So then, the last card in this pack is Vox. Vox is a Borg and Romulan 4-point unique crew. After rolling your dice for any reason, you may discard this card to re-roll 1 of those dice. This is how Robinson Julian Bashir should have been written. Or, after rolling your dice for any reason, you may disable this card and spend 2 of your drone tokens to re-roll 1 of those dice. So cool. We've got a no-cost discard or a little cost disable. 2 drone tokens to prevent a discard in favor of a disable. That's maybe a bit pricey. I might have gone with 1. But, ultimately, Vox doesn't get played because re-rolling 1 die is just a little too much of a niche application. If he's 1 or 2 points, then yeah, he gets played. But what are you really going to use him for? Preventing that warp core breach? Rerolling a Madred die? That emergency target lock or defense reroll? He's just not worth 4 points for really situational effects. Yeah, that's the problem. So that's the pack. The upgrades are not inspiring. But Salatrell is really good. Probably a top 5 Romulan captain. The Borgified generic Dideridix is fantastic. I can't help but feeling that that's what all Dideridixes should be. When I look at normal Dideridixes, I kind of cry. And I go, Oh, why can't they be like this? I guess that's more whining than crying. But really, it's wishful thinking. So the Avatar of Tomed pack gives us a glimpse into what could have been, what the faction could have given us. But instead, we get to live in the world of Borg and Romulan and a little bit of Shatner's novels. So, all right, that's it for the Avatar of Tomed. And thank you guys for watching. Until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care.